Alright guys, today we're back on our animation trilogy. Now we watched one yesterday and it low-key was entertaining, so I low-key want to go on part 2 with it. So yeah, today we're watching 4 disturbing ones this time instead of the 3 that we watched yesterday. We're watching 4, so let's get into it. Now the first one is called True Ouija Board Horror Story. Let's go.
Hey Wanzi, I've been watching your
And we already started off with the girl with the deep-ass voice. Cause I'll be damned, bro. I'm looking feel offended because she has a deeper voice than me, but hey, props to you.
videos for years, and today I finally decided to share my story with you.
Type shit.
My name is Gabriella. I'm from Brazil, but I live in England now, and what I'm about to tell you still traumatizes me to this day.
What happened?
I have an older sister named Ines. She was 22 at the time, and I was 16. She was staying with our aunt in Brazil for her gap year, and I couldn't go because I still had school.
Okay.
So we mostly FaceTimed every
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait. That's your sister? Wait. She 22? Hey. Hit my line. Ew. Fuck no, nigga.
A Friday night, everything changed. I was lying on my bed, just chatting with her on FaceTime, when suddenly she froze. Her eyes were wide, staring at something behind her phone that I couldn't see. I asked her, "What happened?" She whispered that for the past few days, she had seen a man holding an umbrella, just standing perfectly still outside.
Okay.
But she said something that made my heart drop. She said, "He has a shadow, so it can't be a ghost." I laughed at her for being scared. I really thought she was just overreacting. Then she ended the call. A few seconds later, she sent me a video.
Wait. Hold on. This is real life. Wait. I thought there was, you know, like when they say true stories, it obviously doesn't have a true story, but this is real life. Wait a minute. Oh, hell no. This has to be a TikTok. You know, like the dancing lady, the TikTok trend with the knife. This has to be a trend. There's no way.
I watched it,
If not, the nigga's probably on an acid trip or something like that outside.
and I told myself it was nothing. I tried to brush it off, but I shouldn't have. The next day, I went out with my friends, Benjamin, Sandra, and Darren. We were the type of kids who loved messing around
Never
and
heard of
getting
a girl
into trouble.
being named
That night, we went to the
Benjamin
park at
or
11
Darren.
p.m., vaping and hanging out, until
Come on, man. At least breathe it. Like, y'all can just breathe it. Y'all don't gotta do all that, you know, that fucking strawberry mist or whatever, freaking cheesecake factory type deals on vapes and stuff like that. Like, just breathe air.
Sandra pulled out a Ouija board.
Why do you just have that in your bag, in your arsenal? That's probably why you was having a bad day that day.
I was excited. I believed in the paranormal, but I didn't realize this night would change that belief forever.
Wait, you didn't believe or you believed?
The paranormal until Sandra pulled out a Ouija board. I was excited. I believed in the paranormal,
So you believe in the paranormal and you still did it. Okay.
but I didn't realize this night would change that belief forever. I FaceTimed my sister again and showed her the board. Her face instantly turned pale. She started screaming at me not to play with it. I ignored her. I hung up. She kept calling, but I
And she hung up on her. Okay, wow. Like, she just gave you a warning. You heed the warning and you still did it. Okay.
didn't answer. Sandra started the session. She put her fingers on the planchette, the small piece you use on the board, and asked, "Is anyone here?" Nothing happened, so I grabbed the planchette myself and, like an idiot, asked,
I thought you for the Ouija board, you have to put all your fingers on it so they can, like, so it can move around and stuff like that. Well, not that. I thought, like, all the players had to put their hands on it so, like, it would work. I guess
"Is
not.
the man my sister saw in Brazil a ghost or a human?" The moment I said those words, the Ouija board flew out of my hands. Not slipped, not fell.
Now you're haunted forever.
It was yanked with force and thrown onto the ground. We all screamed and ran home.
Wait, y'all forgot to say goodbye. Don't y'all gotta say goodbye to that stuff? You gotta say goodbye to the ghosts or something like that? Or they forever gonna be in the world and more angry at you?
My mom yelled at me for being out so late, but I couldn't even think straight. The next day, things got worse. The lights started switching off while I was in the shower. I heard voices calling my name when
Bro, I know we all had that canon event where, you know, like, your eyes are closed, you think someone's watching you, and you just hurry up and try to, like, wash off all that shampoo and stuff like that so you don't have to worry about.
no one was home. I woke up with bruises on my knees
Oh my
that I
God.
couldn't explain. That's when I told my mom everything, every detail. She didn't ask a single
You gotta
question.
hire a
She
priest.
just called a priest. He came to our house, prayed over every room, blessed the house, blessed me. And after that, everything stopped. And I still wear a rosary every day. a cross necklace Christians use for protection.
I'm not gonna lie, gang. This is kind of your fault because why was you playing with the demons? Because you're like your sister literally said don't party with the demons, and like you party with them.
I never take it off, not after what happened.
Neighbor.
This happened in 2019 when I was
Damn, 2019? That's crazy how far. It's been like 7 years since 2019 happened.
working in Tokyo, Japan. I had moved to a place called Setagaya Ward. I loved it because it was a quiet city and it was only a 20-minute train ride to Tokyo.
Okay.
The house was an old 2-story house, but the problem was the neighbor next door. The door was red and rusted, as if no one had lived there for a
That's pretty fucking creepy.
long time, and the area in front was overgrown with knee-high weeds.
And this is the
The
only
owner
house.
of that house must always be walking through those weeds. Every day when I left my house, I looked at the house next door and thought of that. The reason I was certain the house wasn't abandoned was because I had already asked the landlord when I moved in. The landlord told me about the man who lived there, who only slept
That nigga's a serial killer and he kills people for like he's on some Jeffrey Dahmer shit. I guarantee you that's why.
there once a week or once a month. Other than that, the house was mostly empty, and she wasn't sure why. I felt uneasy, but I just brushed it off. Then one day, exhausted from work, I was walking home when I glanced over at my neighbor's house and saw a dark silhouette standing in the window.
Yeah, time to pack up. I'm not gonna lie, gang. Yep, we already don't like it. Nope.
The figure was staring at me. I was startled for a moment, but then I turned my head away, pretended not to see him, and went back inside. A moment
Like I had a long day of work and you just over here trying to like do some Resident Evil shit on me.
someone knocked on my front door. I asked who was
You only got
outside,
one
and a man
clothes?
told me
Like-
in
like, that's your only
Japanese
clothes?
that he was my neighbor. I was momentarily lost in thought. Honestly, I didn't want to open the door.
Don't-
So for
then don't
about
open the
5
door.
minutes, I stood in silence, trying to decide what to do. Silence flowed, and I couldn't tell if he was still there or if he had left. And then the silence continued, and I finally assumed he had left, and I felt a little relieved.
And you knocked
The
again.
next day, as I was leaving for work, my heart nearly stopped, because on the wall next to my front door was written in red, Henry, my name. It looked like it was written in red lipstick.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, gang. I'm knocking on the door and we fighting. I'm sorry, cause no, I'm not taking that, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm knocking on this door and we fighting because like now he's low key like invading my personal space. So like now we got to take it to the office. We got to escalate it because you're not about to bitch me in my house. I'm just saying. And also, why do you have lipstick?
Couldn't figure out how he knew my name. I suddenly remembered my landlord and felt a surge of anger. She was the only person I could imagine would know. I
I don't think she did that.
called her and got angry out of the blue. She, in a dumbfounded voice, said she'd never spoken to my neighbor. I thought she was lying, but there was nothing I could do, so I just let it slide. A few days later, the weeds that had once overgrown my neighbor's house were all neatly mowed. And then one day, I finally ran into my neighbor outside. He looked straight at me and shouted something in Japanese, his voice sharp and aggressive. I wasn't very good at it, so I couldn't understand. I just smiled awkwardly and waved at him. But I can't forget his face at that moment.
Yeah,
It
that
was
man's about to
filled
kill you.
with utter rage. I couldn't figure out what I
Damn,
had
that
done
nigga perked up. Nah, that nigga about to beat your ass.
wrong. I was just panicked and felt sweat drip down my back, but the man's expression was nothing but utter rage.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, yo. You might gotta put the fits up because this man looked like he about to like dimly sock you.
It was a weekend a while
Wait, there's enough. Wait. I just realized also too. If you're moving to a foreign country, you don't know their language. Don't you think you're kind of out of luck? Because like I feel like if you're moving to another country, you should at least try to learn a little bit.
later. I usually slept in until noon on weekends, so I was sleeping that day too. Suddenly, a loud noise outside my front door woke me up. At first, I couldn't
sounds
tell
like a
what
chainsaw
it was,
or
but when
a
I listened closely,
lawnmower.
I realized it was a chainsaw.
Okay, a chainsaw.
The loud, whirring noise was right in front of my door. Then I heard a loud knock on the door. My heart raced.
Why is he knocking? The man could literally just barge in with like some leverage face.
I had a gut feeling
Shit.
it was him, my neighbor. He stood there with the chainsaw running, revving it again
Yeah,
and again.
nah, you got it.
What was he planning? I didn't open the door. but he stood there for a long moment, continuing to
What did I do to make him so mad?
rev the chainsaw. I yelled that I was calling the police, but he didn't seem to hear me over the noise of the chainsaw. I was
This is like some
terrified,
Here's
but
Johnny
after
type
a while,
stuff.
he left. A short time later, the police arrived and spoke with the man, who told them he'd only come to talk to me and that he'd used the chainsaw to cut down a tree in his yard. After that day, I decided to talk to my landlord and move elsewhere. I'll never forget the last time I moved.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm moving as soon as someone's staring at me like crazy at the window. But hey, you're better than me. You stayed for an extra 2 days. You thought you could handle it, and you couldn't.
As I was loading my belongings onto the truck,
He
I
looked at
saw
you?
him standing in his window. He was looking at me with a smile. He was holding something in his hand, a small, rabbit-like animal,
Oh, I thought that was something else. I'm not gonna lie.
limp and dripping fresh blood. I was so shocked that I quickly packed my belongings and left. I never returned. To this day, I still don't know who that man was or what he wanted from me. But one thing is certain, he wasn't just strange, he was dangerous.
Nah.
It all started with me and my girlfriend arguing on the phone.
Why do you always lie to me, Marcus?
Fuck.
She screamed. She was very mad at me, but our relationship wasn't going anywhere anymore. We argued all the time. She was always busy and could never talk to me, but I was just annoyed with my life, and I always took it out on her. Of course, she didn't deserve it, but she would love to mess with me at the wrong times.
This time, I'll break up with you for real.
Damn.
When she said that, I didn't believe her, because this would be the 6th time she had said this. Fine, leave me. You're just gonna come back anyway, I said with an attitude.
Damn.
As I sat there and waited for a response, there was nothing but silence. I was confused and just guessed she went on mute, but suddenly she whispered into the speaker.
Someone is here.
My heart dropped. At first, I thought she was joking. Stop joking, Layla. That's not funny. All I could hear was shuffling and movement. I didn't know what to do. All I could do was think of the worst. She whispered.
I'm not joking. I'm scared, Marcus.
Oh.
I'm scared.
After she said that, utter fear
Why my boy look kind of like Levi?
shocked through my body. I was scared too. I heard her hard breathing and the trembling in her voice.
I hear them coming upstairs.
I didn't know what to do. So many thoughts ran through my head.
How about stay on the phone with her and drive over to our house? Duh?
And all I could think of were the what-ifs. At first, I thought I should call the police, but I didn't want to hang up because what if something happened?
Exactly.
I
So
needed to
drive
hear.
over.
I couldn't use anyone else's phone. I was home alone. Then, I thought to text her mother,
Wait,
but I remembered her mom slept downstairs and the intruder probably already got to her. I had so much adrenaline, but I had to calm myself down so I could listen to what was
Wait, are y'all high schoolers? I thought y'all was grown ass people. I'm not gonna lie, y'all look old as shit.
happening. As I waited, I got impatient and scared, wondering if something was happening. So I texted her so my voice wouldn't get caught. I texted, "What's going on now?" As the text delivered,
Why is that not the first thing y'all think of whenever y'all think someone's in your house? Turn off your ringer.
I heard my message ring from her phone. Her ringer was on. My heart dropped when I heard it. It was loud.
Like y'all have survival instincts of like a fucking rabbit because like holy.
Vibrating.
Not gonna lie, nah, rabbits' instincts are more better than y'all's because they know when they're in danger. Y'all don't.
Hit the floor. She heard it as well and gasped. As what happened,
Yeah,
I
GG's.
heard
You
her
low-key
door
killed your
open.
girlfriend, bro.
I knew it was too late, and I started to cry. She whispered to me.
I love you forever, Marcus.
Those were her last words. I was muted, of course, but all I could do was start praying, hoping, maybe, just maybe, the intruder wouldn't find her.
They definitely
Unfortunately,
found her.
he found her, and what I heard that night will haunt me forever. I heard her screaming, yelling at him.
Stop! No, please!
I couldn't bear to hear her. I was so scared. I covered my ears, crying. I'm still not sure what he did to her, but her screams didn't last long. When it ended, I knew she was gone.
God.
I unmuted and whispered, "Layla, are you there?" It was silent, and after a while, I guess the phone died because the call just disconnected. The police announced my girlfriend and her mother dead on the scene. They took me
Damn.
in for questioning because I was on the phone and heard everything that night. They asked me so many questions, and I told them the whole story. They asked me, "Why didn't you call the police?" My eyes started to water, a hard lump forming in my throat. I told them I was scared and didn't want to hang up. Plus, I didn't know exactly where she lived. They believed me and finally gave in and took me off the suspect list.
Wait,
Good.
who's the other two?
I smiled. They will never find out what happened.
Wait, what? This nigga some light yogging me some shit? This nigga just turned it to light log? What the hell?
List. Good. I smiled. They will never find out what
This nigga's light yogging me?
happened. She's been cheating on me for weeks.
Shit. Oh, wow. Fuck. Damn.
She would always lie to me, saying she was going to the store or somewhere else.
Damn. That's the gay best friend, isn't it?
But she was really going to his house. Little did she know I had her location and knew what was going on. That's why we argued. So, she just had to go. He doesn't deserve her. She's mine. All mine. Now, I'll have her with me forever, thanks to my buddy for handling my dirty work. I wait patiently for time to pass until he takes care of that boy, too.
Oh, damn. This nigga's... Hey. I don't think that's still not valid enough to kill someone over cheating, but like, hey, man. Hey.
Then justice will be served. That's what she gets for cheating on me.
That was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That was probably the craziest story that we got so far. But all you have to do is just break up with her. If you got that toxic and she kept on cheating, just break up with her. You ain't have to kill her, my guy.
Hi, I'm Ray. This isn't my own experience, but my friend Mary's, and it still gives me chills.
Y'all damn near look like twins, I'm not gonna lie.
Mary and I are
Just different
11th
eye
graders
colors
at a university known
and
for
hair.
one thing, the color pink. Our campus practically bleeds pink. Uniforms, banners, even the school merch.
I'll probably get sick.
It used to be an all-girls school, and that history comes with stories.
Oh.
People say strange things happen after 6 p.m. Former students talk about hearing a dog bark late at night.
That's not no fucking dog. That's fucking... That's Cupcake mixed with fucking a predator.
Some even claim they've seen the foundress of the school roaming the halls. One afternoon, we had to stay late to finish a filming project. The building we were in has a reputation for being haunted.
But it's like a college
but I never took
university,
the
or
rumors
just like
seriously. To see is to believe, right? While we were working, Mary asked me to go with her to the restroom so she could touch up her makeup. I didn't want to. The ladies' room is a floor down, but I agreed because I also needed water from the fountain by the teacher's faculty. I filled my flask and waited, wondering why she was taking
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, your friends probably got G'd. You remember that one, you know, corpse party? That's probably what happened, bro.
so long. When I finally walked to the restroom entrance, Mary came bursting out and grabbed my arm. She looked pale and shaken. We ran back upstairs together.
Oh,
I
shit.
demanded.
What's wrong?
She could barely speak at first, then told me what she'd seen.
I was doing my makeup in front of the mirror,
She said,
and you can see the cubicles behind you in the reflection. The closed cubicle that's supposed to be for teachers only. I saw a woman's head peeking.
That looks like that one girl. You remember the one game that was trending? The nun? She looks like the nun.
Over the top. Her hair was in a bun. I could see her slippers at the bottom,
Damn, she tall as shit. My nigga, she like 8 foot tall?
and she was wearing a long
Cause
dress.
you have to be at least 8 foot or 9 foot to be doing all that.
I couldn't tell whether to be terrified or skeptical, but Mary's
She's
face
smiling.
made it real. I joked,
Why are you smart? Oh,
Maybe you saw the foundress.
but it didn't feel like a joke. We told our classmates. Some listened, some rolled their eyes, but nobody could fake the look on Mary's face. A few days later, at an organizational fair held on the 3rd floor, we walked past a wall of portraits. Mary froze and
That's her?
pointed. There, in a frame, was a painting of the exact woman she'd described. Under the portrait was the foundress's name and the year the school was founded. Seeing that painting made everything click, or maybe it made the whole
damn, what happened to you, sis? The fuck happened? Like, did they fucking run you over or some shit?
thing worse. Whether you call it a ghost, a memory, or something else, Mary's face when she saw that portrait
Bro, she geeking. Oh shit, just turn this out. I don't think she was looking at us.
is something I
Yeah.
won't forget.
Yo, she is tweaking. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. Loki, yo, the two ending of the school. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, number 3 and number 4 were the best ones out of the whole animations because it was a plot twist for the third one. I was like, wow, that's crazy. And the fourth one, they just look geeked. I'm not gonna lie, but definitely like subscribe, share this with your friends, and definitely check out the creator description down below. And see you on the next one. But yeah, definitely comment down below to tell me what which part did y'all like of this video, and see you on the next one. Peace.